Hi class, Chapter 4 is this week's lesson, talking about developing a management plan for a property. We're still doing a little bit of a general overview and not getting too far down into the weeds on anything. I have seen and heard that maybe there's some questions about some of the verbiage that's being used in the chapters, and maybe there's some terminology you're not familiar with. Property management encompasses a broad range of topics. There's economics, accounting, finance. If you have not been exposed to a lot of these concepts in the past, it will be a lot like drinking from the fire hose. And we just skim the surface of so many different areas that it can be a little bit challenging. I hope that you'll continue to read the chapter. Let me know if you have any questions about anything specific that you are not familiar with or that you don't understand. And enjoy, because we're going to get out of some of the generalities now and getting into some actual application of the concepts and the material to analyze properties and talk about the money side of things. If you're a numbers person, we have some chapters coming up that will be of great interest to you, and maybe you'll enjoy it a little more. I hope that you will continue to ask questions and engage with your other classmates about the lessons, because we can all learn a lot. We have a wide variety of experience in our class. Folks who've been in business before or who have been out working in a career for quite a while. And then we have folks who are just not too long out of high school. And I love that about our classes, that we do have a big variety. I know when I did my master's program, there were a lot of younger students in my cohort, and I was one of the olders. I just got my master's about 6 years ago. I just loved the perspective from the youngers, and I think that they enjoyed having the olders in the class too, because it's just different life experiences and different viewpoints on things. I think it's refreshing. So I hope that you will continue to try to communicate with each other through the discussion boards. We may try some live chat kinds of things as the semester progresses. I don't know how that's going to work, because I know we aren't all on the same schedule, but we may give it a try and see how it goes, and have the opportunity to engage in a chat kind of a situation where we can talk to each other real time. Most of the concepts in this next chapter do kind of speak for themselves. You're talking about the use of the property, how to compare properties. That will be one of your assignments for this week on a discussion board. There's also a good section in Chapter 4 about doing a market analysis and a regional analysis, and that is assignment 1 that will be due in a couple of weeks. Please, if you haven't started your first assignment yet, I really need you to start getting into the research of that so that you'll be able to write it up. I expect a decent length paper, and I don't want you just kind of skipping through it and doing the bare minimum. I really want to see you look at what's going on in your area and talk about what that means for real estate and property management and investing. I think that most of you have had some really good experiences in the communities where you live, and you've seen a lot of changes, so I think that it will be easy for you to figure out what your communities need, and you'll be able to write it up in a way that makes sense using data from the Census Bureau and from any of your local chambers of commerce or economic development entities, or even your local governments will probably have some data. If you find someone that you'd like to interview to get some information, that's always appropriate. And I just encourage you not to wait till the last minute, because I think if you do, you'll be hard pressed to give me your best work. I would like to see you give me your best work. With that, I hope that you have a lovely week. And again, please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about any of the material or anything at all. Thanks.